The conflict between Russia and Ukraine stems from a series of events that took place in 2014. At that time, Ukraine experienced a political crisis that led to the ouster of pro-Russian President Viktor Yanukovych. The new Ukrainian government formed after Yanukovych's ouster decided to move closer to the European Union and try to improve relations with the West. However, Russia felt threatened by this change and considered Ukraine to be part of its strategic interest area. Russia then occupied and proclaimed the annexation of Crimea from Ukraine in March 2014. After that, the pro-Russian separatist movement in the Donbas region in eastern Ukraine also became more active and received support from Russia. The conflict has escalated into a civil war that has left thousands dead and millions displaced. Various attempts have been made to find a solution to this conflict, including peace negotiations and peace agreements, but to date have not managed to fully resolve the conflict. Crisis communication is one way to resolve conflicts, which involves intensive dialogue between the parties involved in the conflict. Through crisis communication, the parties can express their concern and worries to each other and find common ground to reach an agreement. In the case of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, crisis communication has been conducted through various forums and channels, including meetings at the state leader level, diplomatic negotiations, and direct dialogue between the two sides' militaries. However, these efforts have not succeeded in reaching an agreement that could permanently end the conflict. In such a situation, more intensive and collaborative efforts are needed from all parties involved in the conflict, including the international community. All parties must be committed to reaching a peaceful solution and find a way to resolve the conflict that benefits all parties. The international community's response to the Russia-Ukraine conflict is very diverse, and sometimes depends on each country's political perspective and national interests. In general, however, there are some common views that can be identified. Most Western countries, including the United States and the European Union, condemned Russia's action in Ukraine and expressed their support for Ukraine. They denounced Russian actions that violate Ukraine's sovereignty, including Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and Russia's support for separatist rebels in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions of eastern Ukraine. Some countries, notably Russia and its allies such as Belarus and China, support Russia's actions in Ukraine. They argue that Russia's actions are a form of protection for ethnic Russians in Ukraine and that Ukraine should not join NATO or the European Union. Non-aligned countries, such as Brazil and India, tend to take a neutral stance and call for dialogue and negotiations between Russia and Ukraine to resolve the conflict. Some countries in the Eastern European region, such as Poland, Romania, and the Baltic states, strongly support Ukraine and see Russia's actions as a threat to stability and security in the region. Overall, the Russia-Ukraine conflict continues to be a contentious issue in the international community, and it is difficult to reach a satisfactory solution for all parties involved.